Hello traders and investors, this is a Bitcoin technical analysis video. This video will be dedicated to a cycle top time and price discussion. However, before I begin, I would like to go over the immediate price action. As for the immediate price action, Bitcoin, after making a cycle top or high at almost 108K, Bitcoin began a wave 4 correction of a minor degree, not the primary wave 4, and this correction was over and done with on January 13th. On January 13th, Bitcoin began its final phase to the upside, its final wave 5 of 5 to the upside, which will be the cycle top. Within this final fifth wave, Bitcoin completed wave 1, wave 2, and it is currently in the middle of a wave 3, which will be probably the strongest move to the upside. My view is that Bitcoin is going higher. My next target for Bitcoin is 116 or 117K at least, for two reasons. The first reason is this is the technical target for a breakout out of this falling wedge. It puts us at around 116K. And the second reason is that if we go by the minor wave count for this latest price action, we have a wave 1 complete, wave 2 is also completed. The minimum expectation for a wave 3, because a wave 3 cannot be the shortest wave, is to make a parity with the wave 1, which puts us at around 117K. Okay, so this is the immediate price action. This is what you need to know for the immediate term, and I expect continuation to the upside as long as Bitcoin is holding support at 99K. This is for the immediate term. Now let's go over the chart from a broader perspective, from a cycle perspective, and we need to measure or count this cycle from November of 2022. Bitcoin made a cycle low on November 15th, 2022. From there, it proceeded to make a primary wave 1 at April of 2023. Consolidation in wave 2 ended on September of 2023. Wave 3 to the upside was over and done with on March of 2024. We began a prolonged process of consolidation in wave 4, which ended on September of 2024, and currently we are in the final stages of making the primary wave 5 top. My target for this wave 5 top is around 125K. Why am I using the 125K number? Because the common measurement of a wave 5 is to measure the distance from the bottom of wave 1 to the top of wave 3, and from the top of wave 3 to the bottom of wave 4. The common target is the 0.618 extension. We already surpassed the 0.618 extension. We also reached the 1-to-1 extension on some charts, because there are minor differences between the charts. This is the BLX chart. Okay, we already reached the 1-to-1 extension, and Bitcoin shows no signs of stopping at the moment. Therefore, I am expecting the next extension, the 1.272, at around 125. And of course, it could go higher. It depends on the more immediate price action. Okay, as for the cycle top time, the common practice is to use a trend-based fib time and to measure the time from the beginning of wave 4 to the end of wave 4, and this pinpoints the supposed time for the top between the 1 and the 1.272 time extensions, which gives us a timeline of between February the 24th and April 14th. I will narrow down the time later, but this is the primary count. According to the primary count, the next target is, let's say, 125K. Of course, it could extend higher to 130 or even 133K. This is the primary count. Now let's go over the minor count, the more immediate price action, because it will give us a lot of precision. According to this count, Bitcoin already completed wave 1 of 5, 2, 3, 4, and now we are in the fifth wave. Within this final and fifth wave to the upside, we are in the middle of the third wave to the upside, and as I mentioned earlier in the video, the minimum target for the third wave is at around 116 or 117K as a minimum, because wave 3 cannot be the shortest wave. Therefore, I expect a parity between wave 1 and wave 3, at least a parity, which puts us at 117K. Now, this more immediate time frame also helps us to narrow down the time for a possible top, because we go by the same measurement. We use a trend-based fib time. We only use it for the minor timeline from the beginning of the wave 4 correction to the end of the wave 4 correction, and this gives us an even shorter time for a top between February 9th and February 16th. And the issue with tops is that you begin to think that the uptrend will never end, and suddenly it ends in a day and you begin to cascade lower so fast your head will spin. So these timelines, even though they are a bit early, also in my opinion, I don't think we should disregard them. However, if I said that this is too early, in my opinion, when is it the time for a top? To narrow down the top time, I'm using the cycles theory. Usually in cycles, you go from cycle bottom to cycle bottom, but here I'm going from a cycle top to a cycle top, because in the last 4 years, we witnessed an interesting phenomenon of Bitcoin making tops in March or April of the year. What do I mean by that? Let's go over the previous, let's begin from the previous cycle. The previous cycle's top was on April 12th. On April 12th, we made a cycle top and we began a correction, a 55% drawdown. Yes, we made a higher high, but this was an irregular correction, and I will address this issue as well, because I expect an irregular correction in this cycle as well. But this is not what I'm discussing now. Now I'm only showing you how tops arrive on April or March. The same happened here in this C wave correction. Wave 3 of C began on March 28th. In this cycle also, on April 10, Bitcoin concluded the wave 1 and began a correction period. Bitcoin also concluded the primary wave 3 and began a wave 4 correction or consolidation on March of 2024. What this means is that we should, going by the price history alone, we should expect a top in March or April of 2025, and this will be the cycle top. However, you are probably asking, if this was the cycle top, how come that in the previous cycle we made a different top? We made a higher high on September or November, I don't remember, of 2021. And to address this issue, you need to understand that it is common in crypto that a coin or an asset will form an irregular correction. What do I mean by an irregular correction? It means that the price can make a higher high even though it is in a correction. April of 2021 was the cycle top. However, after a severe drawdown in wave A, Bitcoin proceeded in a wave B, which was an overshooting wave B because it was higher than the cycle top price. And after completing this irregular correction, it continued lower. Okay, now let's see the difference in percentage. Yeah, it was about 10% higher than the cycle top price. And this also conforms very well with the 4-year cycle, because according to the 4-year cycle, we should expect a top at around September or October of 2025. And it is possible. What I am expecting in the near term for Bitcoin is to make a cycle top at, let's say, around 130K. Okay, I expect a heavy correction followed by another higher high, an overshooting wave B, close to September or October of 2025, followed by a severe drawdown in wave C. Okay, so my prediction, so to say, also confirms with the 4-year cycle. So let's summarize everything. Bitcoin is currently in the middle of completing a wave 3. This wave 3 should reach a price point of 116 or 117K. After making this wave 3, we expect another small correction, small and short correction, followed by the final and fifth move to the upside. When I will see Bitcoin making the final and fifth wave to the upside, irrespective of the time, yes, I'm expecting it to happen in March or April, but if I will see a 5-wave move to the upside here, this is when I will close my long positions and get ready for an epic short, because we are talking about at least 30 or 40% drawdown from the top price before beginning a correction in wave B. That's all I have for you on Bitcoin. I hope it helps, and I will see you in the next video.